everyone. Sorry I didn't post last week. And I say this excuse all the time, but I've been really, really busy. I picked up some more shifts at my job, and so, um, I've just, it's been chaotic over here. But anyway, this week's topic is transitioning in the workplace, which is pretty relevant to my life and where I'm at right now. So I guess I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what I did and just some advice for those who are either thinking about coming out at a job you're already at, or maybe thinking about switching jobs and starting anew, maybe revealing your trans status. I don't really know. So, I came out as trans when I was already working as a resident assistant with University Housing at the last college I was at. I didn't come out to management or anything because it was a unique situation. Being a non-binary individual, and not necessarily transitioning from one gender to the other, I didn't really find it necessary to let them know because I didn't want to switch from being an RA on the females floor to being an RA on the males floor. So I just I came out on Facebook and Instagram, and I had some coworkers ask me about it, but I didn't really find it necessary to tell management because I didn't really want anything to change. I feel like they would have been totally fine with it, but who knows? They were really affirmative of, the lesbian side of who I was, and so it really wasn't a concern of mine. I think they would have handled it fine. When I graduated and moved, that was one of the things I was concerned about because I've been on T for almost 5 months now, and so with how deep my voice is getting, and you can't see it in this video, but I'm starting to get a little bit more peach fuzz around the hairs are getting a little bit darker over here. I'm just not as obviously lesbian anymore. So at first, I work at Olive Garden, so my trainer thought that I was a boy, and so she, was like, here's the men's room, this is how you'll be cleaning it, blah, blah, blah. I didn't really say anything because I didn't really care to, and then some of my coworkers were using female pronouns. I was like, oh, God. So I had to decide what I wanted. So I decided to tell management that I was trans and transitioning, which they took to mean transitioning to male, which is fine. I didn't really clarify, so that's kind of on me. But I told one of my bosses, I was like, hey, I just wanted to give you a heads up that I'm in the middle of transitioning, so if you see me using the men's room, I don't want you to be confused. And she was very cool about it, told me I was in a really great restaurant for it, told me that if I had any issues at all, that they don't tolerate discrimination amongst coworkers, so to let her know and she would take care of it. All my managers have been really great. I would say about 60 to 80% of my coworkers that do know use male pronouns with me. Some don't. So it's created an interesting situation because I don't know if you've seen my videos before. I use they, them pronouns, which I felt guilty / awkward about trying to explain to someone, so I just have been allowing them to use male pronouns, even though that doesn't exactly fit me either. So far they've been really great about it. My managers haven't raised any issues. I clean the men's room every time I'm there. People call me sir, things like that. So it really hasn't been a lot of trouble. I know that that's, however, not the narrative for a lot of people. I'm in the middle of getting a job at the airport, and although technically, literally it's a federal job, technically they can't discriminate against me because in their non-discrimination ordinance, gender identity is in there. However, who's to say they'll actually upkeep that? So I don't know what I'm going to do when I go to TSA. I probably won't say anything and see what they do and how they react. And if it's possible that I could come out there as well, I probably will. But basically, advice I have to people is to really just scope the situation out, and see. I don't want to say how necessary it is, but kind of. Um, if you are just so uncomfortable with them using or referencing you in a way that's not how you want to be referenced, I think it's important if you're able to let them know. Because jobs are important to provide money, but being seen as how you are is also important to your mental health. So scope it out. If you feel like they're going to be okay with it, tell them in whatever way you feel comfortable. It doesn't have to be face to face. It can be a letter. It can be an email. However you see fit. If you feel like they may not be okay with it, look up and see if there's a non-discrimination clause in there, and see what their policy is. Because if they have a policy that covers gender identity, they can't really fire you for coming out. They could find another reason, but they can't fire you for specifically that. If you're in a job that you love, that you just maybe want to switch your pronouns, or you're just now thinking about it, find a coworker that you feel really comfortable around and explore it with them and work your way from there. Having transitioned in a workplace now, and being non-binary is really difficult, but it's so worth it at the end of the day. It's not simple. It's difficult. Talk to people. Have a fake dialogue, not a fake, but a practice dialogue with someone about how you'll come out, and how that's going to work for you. And find an employer that's going to be great about it. Because I don't know if you're going to have surgery in the future, like that might be something that won't just come out of the blue. Like if they know, then maybe, they'll be supportive of you, or whatever the needs may be. But I can say that being seen as my authentic self at a workplace, rather than the last job I was at, has greatly made me feel better about my situation. So that's really all I have to say about the topic. If you have any questions, hit me up, let me know. And I will see you guys next Friday.